Hey, welcome in. I'm with.
Yo, 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 what's going on? Uh-oh, what did I did? There you go. I gotta do something. Oh, no. Let's do that. That didn't work. I don't know how to bring me up without doing that. Well, we might not have to worry about that for a minute. So basically, well, let me say hi first. I know we're going to have a fairly small group today. I'm sure Corey is still going, and he's far more interesting. Plus, he's got Dr. Ted over there, so I totally get what's going on. But let's say hi to Squatchy, who's not here, but yet his font is Xanadude. Curtis Crump. He put out the call. How many will show up? Not many. I can guarantee it. Uncle Smiley, what's going on, dude? We got Ben Sharp and Babs is here. She's stopping in to hang for a while, but she'll be lurking as they are getting an IKEA pickup item. Okay. I haven't been to IKEA in probably 20 years. But then again, I haven't bought anything new in 20 years. Got Uncle Smiley, Ben. We got Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. And then there's Pep. Hey, Pep. And that might be it for the day. Oh, there's June. Hi, June. Yep, I think that's it for the day. I might get a special guest up here. Might not. I did take up quite a bit of his time yesterday. Hey, RJ and Denny. Hello, hello. I I talked to Jeremy for about 3 hours yesterday. Hey, Foxy. Um, so I know he's got a lot of work to do. Asia. Hello, hello. IKEA prides themselves on wow, customer service. IKEA prides themselves on customer service. I don't even know. I literally haven't been there in forever. Oh, not literally, because forever is a long time. So today I won't have Ed because Ed is taking in the GI Joe doll thing that he goes to, which is fun for him. He loves that. He's already picked up a few heads and bodies that he's let us know about. So good on him. Although I guess the prices have gone up considerably since last year when he went. Yeah, our daughter is getting new furniture for her graduation gift. We're picking it up. I assume you have to put it together. I think that's the whole thing behind IKEA, right? I remember that being the joke, is you have to put it together. Scuba Steve, I didn't see you come in, but some people are saying hi. There you are, right there. Foxy, your rainbows are still doing great. Nobody is looking stressed at all. I will show that off if I can figure out the second camera without the horrendous ear-splitting noises that it comes out. Nope, they're doing that part. Good for you. That's why I don't go there, is because I want my furniture pre-assembled. They make it a point to help, to point of no people helping, of no people helping. All right, so overall, very long conversation that I had with Aquarium Domain, Jeremy, last night. I have decided to say to hell with my pride and just say I probably could use help. I've been doing this for 40 something years and I'm fairly good at it, I think. I'm not much of a teacher. You know, you're not going to get any pearls of wisdom from me, but Cat House, what's going on? You have to mute your computer when you bring up your phone. Oh, I mute my computer. I muted my phone. That's what I did. I did it backwards. So yeah, I swallowing the old pride and just giving you the warts and all. And hey, Mary, my 210, which is my pride and joy down here, is just a mess. Everything's basically died. I have two silver dollars, red hook silver dollars in there. There's a convict that seems to be fine, and some catfish. There's also a Venezuelan pike in there that can't be long for this world. He's got something going on. His belly is concave. He is bent in a horseshoe almost. I'd show you a picture of him, but that tank doesn't turn on until well after my stream ends. So, holy cow, 22 people. You guys are awesome. I might try anyway, but yeah, he's basically tail down, eyes down. I mean, he's got a curve on him that's almost like this. I don't have any quarantine tanks open right now, and I'm not going to treat a 210-gallon tank with other fish in it. So I'm hoping he hangs on for long enough to get some of these quarantine grow out emptied out and get them treated. Hey, Wally, and we can go from there. But yeah, I'm struggling with just random weirdness. I've got to get a leaky tank fixed. I've got to get my black arowana out of the grow out 40 breeder because he's now getting big enough where it probably should be out of there. I got a blind Oscar that's growing out in a 55 that I need to move into the 210, but I don't want to really move anything over there until I know it is safe to do so. I don't know what's happening in there. I lost my Oscar. I lost my Jack Dempsey. I lost my Green Texas. I lost my Vinny. I lost one of my oldest regular silver dollars. I lost both my my angelfish. It's just been a mess. You can lower the water to treat a lesser amount. Yeah, it's not so much the meds themselves. Not that I'm that worried about the money there, but although I'm a little worried about the money, but I don't want to mess up the other fish. You know, some of the catfish are scaleless, and I don't know what that would do to them. So hey, Wendy, if I missed anybody, oh, Jorge, hey, Davo. Let me just scroll up here real quick. I kind of lost track of what I was looking at here. Like sending me directions either in Chinese are so small that I have to use a magnifying glass. Yeah, well, forget that. I'm not doing it. Just make it. Just put it together. I'll come get it in my truck. New comments. Have you tried vitamins? I haven't tried anything, to be honest with you. I just one of the things that I'm probably criticized the most for is I kind of let nature take its course, even though these are far from natural dwellings for them. I just, when you pay, I think I paid like $3 for him, and for me to justify spending thousands of dollars on trying to fix him, and thousands, I'm exaggerating, obviously, but when you're dealing with a tank that size, it is rather pricey. So I tried to introduce. Looks like they're all still in there. That's something else I will show you. My thread fin, I did lose one thread fin for anybody who didn't see the video I put out yesterday. I had 5. I left them in the quarantine tank until the very last minute so that I wouldn't lose the cycle for when the rainbows came, and everything went fine. I caught them all up, no issue. Put them in my container, my little, the hang on the back specimen thing. This guy. They were in here. I had put them into this tank this way so they can acclimate, and then had the lid down on top so they couldn't jump out. They were in there for probably 45 minutes. In that time, the package came from Foxy and Pep. So I went to release them, and when I opened the lid, one of the little turkeys jumped out. I mean, immediately. Just, I didn't even have time to put my hand over it or anything. I opened the lid, it jumped out. I scooped him up, I put him back in, and he jumped out the second time. I think that second time really messed him up. So I haven't had the heart to look. I don't think he made it. He was doing the swirly. Anyway, I digress. Kind of got off topic there for a minute. I'm not much of a conversation driver, so as you probably have noticed, I have more of a color man if you were looking at it in the sports sense. But so yeah, I get a little bit. Yeah. What fish are we talking about? When? Just now? They were threadfin. I forget what they're called. There's 2 different kinds. Let me look real quick. Maybe. When I say real quick, maybe. Fish room. I have to write this stuff down because I can't ever remember. Such a weird name. All right, so they are. Did I not put them in here? Oh, come on. Frontosa, Dardenii. I got those. Dwarf cichlid. Lake Tanganyika dwarf. That must be it. And I'm going to butcher this, just so you know, but it's Telmatochromis bifrenitus is one of them. Which is, they're basically thread fins. And there's 2 different kinds that I have, and that's the one that jumped out. Kind of pissed me off because not only are they cool when they get older, but they are expensive. So Yeah, I'm just, I was kind of bummed when he did that. I looked at him in the tank and, when I put him back in a smaller tank and his eye was all black and kind of busted up. And I'm like, ugh, that can't be good. But he did drop for about 5 feet to a concrete floor. So I can't imagine that was good. I can't believe I didn't write the other one down. Oh, well, maybe that's in the small thing. Yeah, there they are. So the second one's even harder for me to say. OPH TH ophthalmoptilapia ventralis. Do what you can with that. And what did I do? Hey, Jesse, what's going on, buddy? Hey, Elaine. General won't hurt most fish. First rule of veterinary: do no harm. That's kind of where I was. I didn't want to. I didn't want to put the other fish in jeopardy just trying to fix them. There's Stephen P. Hey, Stephen P. If I missed a comment, just repeat yourself because I was off screen there for a minute. There's Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Hope you're doing well today. Trying to beat the heat. 70s past week, 90s today, 99 Tuesday. Bags treated, H2O and freezer. Yep. Mary, I don't know. I never can remember where people live, but it's going to be terrible here too. Okay, now say Perio. Up. Nope. Up. Throw up. That was. Why you do this to me? Oh, happy birthday, Stephen. Yes, yes, I forgot. Thank you, Kitty. And hello. Yeah, perfect. Anyway, that's where I'm at. So yeah, as far as suggestions, help, whatever, I'm listening and I'm not dismissing anybody, whether it's draining the tank down and treating that way or pulling them out. I can even go, I believe it is the Petco 50% off sale again. You can always go get another 20 gallon and do it that way too. Although I kind of think if I pull him or her, I mean, that might just push him right over the edge. So I'd have to be careful with that. Mowed and weed whacked 2 yards, then hit the pool. Yeah, you and your daughter, right? If I caught you this morning, you teamed up, got it done half as quick, half as quick, half the time. I'm not seeing over. Oh, hey, Mini Mac, I almost missed you, buddy. He was trying to find the Rainbow Bridge. Yeah, right. He didn't find it until later, I think. So yeah, kind of sucks. But what are you gonna do? So I like that idea because I do have an FX5 on that tank, which the intake is all the way down to the substrate. So I could lower it down really low if I needed to. Did I miss anybody? There's Melly Mel. Hi, Mel. She skipped out today. Dang it. My other must have Berg too long. My other must have Berg too long. Tried to form calcium and magnesium, Epsom salt to raise hardness. Oh, trust me, hardness is not an issue. This where I am, hardness is definitely not the problem. Did I say hi to you? Try dewormer. Yep, that's what I really want to try. I have a feeling it's some kind of parasite because he is very hollow bellied. And then with my, to add insult to injury, can you see? He is bent as well. Harder to see from the side, but from the top, you can. It's definitely he's got a Z in him. I mean, it literally goes like that. And Dr. Anthony, crap! I forgot to send him an invite. Dang it. Probably still could. But anyway, he told me that that's probably a nutritional issue. And I'm like, well, maybe, but he gets the same stuff as my last one. And the last one did fine until I forgot to turn the filtration back on after a water change. Didn't do so fine after that. Mini Mac, this is for anyone that may know. My chocolate's got what looks like a zit, for lack of a better word. What is it? Boy, you got to be a little more specific than that. I didn't miss. I missed it the first go around, but I saw Zenny's comment. don't say it. Hey, Lori, what are you doing? So, yeah, I mean, that's basically where I was going with this stream today. And then I was going to just kind of walk around and kind of show you. Everything else is doing well. The guppies that I got from Jody P are doing well. I might have lost one. The problem I had with my first quarantine tank is I got too ambitious with the decor, and they can hide in there, whereas my other two are not like that. There's minimal places for them to hide. In that tank, there's the fake plants, fake wood, fake rocks, all kinds of stuff in there for them to duck underneath. Hard to tell for sure. I don't know. It's a little white thing. Looks like a zit growing out the side. Just one? Just one little zit. What I learned in 30 years of farming is when someone is sick, go for the dewormer. Worms definitely affect nutrition. I could fill lambs with alfalfa, and if wormy, it's no good. Fake plants, fake plants. I can't keep real plants or live plants, so I just threw some plastic ones in there for them to feel comfortable with. Hey, Dee Dee, how was Miss Dee Dee today? If I had a hard problem, then you wouldn't ever see me and Cheryl on YouTube. Maybe OnlyFans. Let's keep it PG, people. Don't make me go get Ed, and we can talk about G.I. Joes. Just playing Ed. You know it. Ed and I were talking about that the other day. Another fine piece of advice from Jeremy is that you probably should stick to your lane if you want your channel to grow. And I do need my channel to grow just a little bit more, just a little bit. I think I need like 90 subs to hit the watermark of 1,000. Maybe I should start interviewing you guys. Anybody want to get interviewed? I could post the link. What's Mary say? Mary says, Whip, you could put the hurt sick fish in like a goldfish bowl so it doesn't have to work to swim. Yeah, that's kind of what I did. I put it in the 35-gallon. I know he's not sick. It's definitely because he hit the floor twice. So I'm not afraid that he's going to give the other fish in that tank any disease, because he was fine 100%, a second and a half before he jumped. But so that tank has just got the well, it does have a Shark Pro in there, but it's mostly up at the top, circulating the top, and not even that much because I got duckweed in there. Maybe if broke, it's fine. I'm not sure what it did. Because at first it just went to the bottom and was upside down and breathing. And I'm like, well, I'm going to give him a minute and see if he, collects his wits. And if he does, I was going to put him back in the big tank, but he just was sitting there. So I just gave the tank a little tap, and then he started swimming almost normal. You could definitely tell he was like, but he was at least upright, and he was kind of doing that drifty thing, but he was staying this way. And then when I did the unboxing video, I looked over there, and he was like spinning laterally. He was just doing the torpedo thing, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. So yeah, he went through like 3 different stages of whoops-a-daisy in there. Curtis Crump. So yeah, and then the plan I'm going to do is just kind of work my way through out of this mess. I have so many projects that I have to do to make this fish room the way I want it, and they all like predicate themselves on something else. Like I need to get that 150 fixed so I can move the Asian fish. I'm just saying Asian because I'm going to use the continent instead of a specific region. It's not going to be a biotope by any means or anything like that. It's just going to be fish from Asia out of the South American small species tank and put them in there. And then I'm going to move the small species South Americans over to the 120. The red tear that's in the 120 can go into their tank. And then I can move the convict out of the South American tank into the Central American tank and try to get these guys where they're supposed to be. I also have a Oscar growing out in the 55 that needs to go into the 210. Hopefully it gets along with the arowana. I have 2 biker in there as well, but those are getting rehomed to a monster fish scale at the Clash, which is creeping up on us fast, quick, and in a hurry. So I won't have to deal with those guys much longer. Not that they're a problem. It's just they don't really fit in the fish room. This is an African tank, but I'm trying to stick primarily to Lake Tanganyika, and I do have a ornate, which is from that lake, but it also ate several fish that were small. And I said, well, I know they get big, and probably a 130 is too small for a ornate anyway. So she said she'd take them, and it's better for everybody involved. So these are the new guys. 4 out of the, number 5 is not going to make it probably, but that's those guys. I was a little nervous at first because they're fairly small, in comparison to the male flower horn right here. He's fairly large, and these guys, these lattice, come on, are fairly large as well. Even this what do they call this? Oh man, it's out of my head. Black Cavoy, black. I forget what those things are called. Let me look. I mean, I must have closed it out. Kelvis, that's what it is. The Kelvis. It has, it's not the biggest fish in there, but boy, oh boy, does this have a big old mouth on it. And then my surviving daffodil, that was another issue I had. I had a freaking heater. I've knocked on wood. For 40 years, I've never had a heater go up, break up. They've broken and quit heating the tank lots of times. But this one broke, actually melted. There's like a rubber or plastic cap on the tip, and melted that thing down to nothing. And killed 7 out of 8 of my daffodils. So there's just the one daffodil. I don't know if you can see him back there. He's right there, but he hangs against that back wall, kind of blends in. And this idiot likes to sit right there. There it is. And then the lemon cichlids I have 5 more of those in the grow out tank, but they're definitely too small to go in there. They're smaller than even these guys. So they just get sucked up. Plus they're really long and skinny. Also, learn not to buy dewormer in the summer. I bought a year's worth of dewormer in March. Why is that, Elaine? Does it just go bad in the heat? I need to go get me 4 more orange laser Corys today. Well, that sounds fun. You just getting the regulars or you getting the albinos? And I have a paint order coming. A plant. Learn to read. Cat says, Whip, do you have a no jumping sign? I don't think he cared. But honestly, that's not really ever been an issue with me. I can't say I've never had a fish jump, but it doesn't happen very often. I'm trying to, I had an Oscar jump out once, and that was, he powered his way through the lid the hinged lid, which amazed me because those the lids on that 210 are heavy. It's not like that 1/8 inch glass. It's 1/4 inch glass, and he still managed to hit it hard enough to open it, get through, and then land on the floor. And in hindsight, I remember it happening because that was back when the dogs were still with us, and they both kind of did that little half jump that dogs do when you spook them. And I heard it, and I'm like, I wonder what that was. But I couldn't be bothered to actually come down and check it out. And by the time I did come down, it was too late. Kata, good point. Kata. What's a kata? Kata. Mini Mac. Google what is the zit looking thing on my fish and see if it looks like any of the pictures that may pop up. It's a start to narrow down what it might be. Yep. Although, anytime I do any kind of medical stuff on the internet, it's cancer. Doesn't matter. My finger hurts. It's cancer. Oh, this breeze feels nice. 93 in the garden, but 103 heat index. Yep, I'm in the basement. That's where I'm going to stay. I have been killing plants for years. I found Christmas moss, and it's actually multiplying. Hardness doesn't seem to bother it. My hardness is 8.3. I don't even know what mine is. It's off the chart. Kelly looked at my strip one time. She just said, that might be the worst water I've ever seen in my life. As far as growing plants and stuff goes. Semi trucks in summer. So yeah, just cooking. Regular orange lasers. Yeah, I have the orange Venezuelans. I do not have the lasers. That's on the wish list, but I'm not going to do it until I get everybody moved over to the 120. Hey, Daniel. What's going on, bud? Am I at the bottom? Holy cow. So, yep, that's my plight as we sit here talking today. My poor Oscar, I think he might be blind. You ever have a fish come up to? He knows I'm there, so he's not blind. Like he recognizes when I come into the room, but like he'll hit the surface looking for food before I even drop anything in there. And then after I drop it in there, he still can't really find it. Like he's up there just kind of hitting the water randomly. So I'm wondering if his eyesight is impaired somehow. He is an albino. I bought him as a chili, and I think what chili means is it was doctored so that it looks more red than it otherwise would, and has since gone back to looking like a albino red. A few years ago, I heard a strange knocking in my house. I found an Oscar behind the tank thumping on the wall in the middle of the night. He lived surprisingly, but an eye popped out and other problems. Yeah, that's a rough go. The only other fish I can remember right off the top of my head was an ornate biker that I had bought many years ago before I realized that they get as big as they do. I was pre-internet, so that tells you how long ago that was. Um, yeah, I had him in a tank that I forgot to close the lid after feeding, and I found him on the floor the next day. And I was kind of surprised he was dead, but because I believe they are air breathers too. But I guess he just dried up too much. Grinding away at work, listening to the live streams. I do have 3 new plants going into the 40-gallon later, 2 larger Anubias and a clump of Java fern. Oh, yeah, and the Java moss a buddy gave us. Well, that sounds fun. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. I would definitely grab one of them. Or 6. Ross Baltimore. Hey, buddy. How's it going? You're my last order. And that's not to say that I'm rushing you, because I'm not. I just stating a fact. In my compromised thinking last Saturday, I bought 3 different orders. The guppies was actually planned. Well, kind of planned. I figured either guppies or rice fish that I can eventually move outside. There's another project I can't do until another project gets done that I'm not involved with other than the money man. I'm getting my deck boarded. I'm getting new deck boards put on and a new railing all the way around. It's a big deck. It's a big deck, deck, and 45 by 16 with a 10-foot extension on one end. And once that's done, then I can put the pond in, the permanent pond. There is a 130-gallon trough out there that's holding a plant that Dr. Ted sent me, and it seems to be doing well. So Whipwater hasn't destroyed it yet. I even saw a new leaf coming up, so that was a good sign. Oh, you're gonna have albino stir-by? That's cool. Maybe by the next Quad City, if you ever go back to that. I don't know exactly where you guys are, so that might be a long ways for you to go. Normally, aren't you down by Skull? Now that I think about it, deck. Yes, deck. It's a big deck. Big sexy. What's going on? H2O changes. Big deck with hardness problems. Yep, you know it. No, yeah, it's too hard. I don't have any hardness problems. How's Dee Dee doing? Advice: take it one project at a time. Yes, but what I need to do, now I don't know if that's a euphemism or not. My deck was 20, let's see, crystal was 40. So yeah, it's been 20 something years. I know Dance Fish had the albino stir-by. Right now, I've never seen them in person. Well, Dan is a super cool dude, and he has really healthy, great fish. I just can't afford to buy from him. That was gross. Sorry about that. Maybe someday, if he gets something that I don't need 6 or 8 of, that I can actually keep in my fish room. I'd love to try my hand at come on, brain. Come on, brain. You got to work with me a little bit. What are the cockatoides? Apistos. I'd love to try some apistos, but I think my water is too hard. There it goes again. Damn hard water. Stupid spell check. Man, I have so many problems. Kansas City. That's right. That's right, because you were in the same neck of the nape as my daughter. Yeah. I think you lived in the same town, Independence, at one point. You were both in the same, sharing the same town. There's Jose. Hello, all. Driving to PA. What you doing in PA? I know you can't really answer me because you're driving, but you going for business or pleasure? Where'd you get them, Cheryl? RJ? Where did you get those? Did you get them from Dan? Because if you did, at least you know they're healthy. There's Tommy Guns. What's going on, Tommy? Have to see about deck rejuvenation. Yeah, mine was beyond rejuvenating. It's actually rotting away. It's to the point where if you step on certain sections, when you have a list, that is really hard to say. When you step on in certain places, you just go through. And the guy that's redoing the deck boards warned me. He goes, usually when the deck boards look that bad, the frame is not in great shape either. And I'm like, I'm not replacing that. We're just going to have to make it work. I'm only here for another 5 years. Make it work. Whisper sweet nothings into their ears. Yep, used to live in KCK for a few years back. KCK, Kansas City, Kansas. That's where my daughter lives now. She's in the city of Kansas City in Kansas, but she was in Missouri for a couple years. They were in two different apartments over there. There's Mickham. Hey, Mickham, what's going on, pal? Hey, did I hear the word Apistos? I got a new pair from Chechnya last week. Apistogramma D37 gill spot. And there's so many different kinds, and they're all so beautiful. And I'm like, man, I wish I could have those, but I think they would not do well. Just based on what Primetime Aquatics says, and he's nearby, so I'm well and he's city water, but it's all coming basically from the same place. I think he gets his out of Lake Michigan, though. Mine comes from the ground, which is poisoned by the ag fields all around me. Doty or Dottie? Yours is the same as mine, huh? And I'm sure that's a typo because you wouldn't know. Otherwise, you do not know. The albino stirbai were picked up at the Quad Cities. When was that? Do you guys remember? Because that's when I bought the lemon cichlids for the tank behind me. but they were so tiny, and they've grown obviously, but they are. I know that that lake, all the fish in that lake grow so dang slow, but they are still far too tiny to put in a with those bruisers back here. Pardon me. I don't know what's happening. Okay, coffee has been acquired. You may all live another day. Well, thank you, ma'am. Although I've uh-oh, lost lost internet connection for a minute there. FYI, redfish, bluefish is back in biz. Zanny says his did fine in hard water, but didn't breed for him. I don't need nothing to breed. I'm not a breeder. That's not my gig. I don't even know what to do with the ones that have bred. I still have like 100 Petricola in that what used to be a quarantine tank. But I don't know what to do with them. They certainly can't all go in a 35 gallon. Daniel says we live less than a mile from Lake Michigan shoreline. We would be able to see the lake if it wasn't for some buildings in the way. Oh, so you're an Illinoisan, or are you on the Iowa side? Iowa, Indiana side. Now, if you can see the lake from Iowa, you're doing well. Happy Midsummer, by the way. Biggest holiday of the year, celebrating the light bright months of the year. Light bright months. Always party on a Friday before the brightest day. Yesterday, everyone is on the countryside. I don't know what any of that means, but yay. Cheers. I know that it's bright in the morning and at night now, if that's what you're talking about. I love it. Winter sucks for that purpose because when I get home, it's usually dark and I back in because I got the stupid backup alarm on my work truck, and people don't appreciate it when you're backing out of your driveway at 4 a.m. and it's going that high piercing noise. Our water is fairly hard up here too. Yeah, you're out definitely on the Michigan water, but it's not crazy hard, but it's nowhere near soft. Yeah, Jason's always talking about how hard their water is, and I would imagine you're in the same boat. The town is empty. Hey, Monster Fish Gale, takes and fish. How we doing today? Hope you're well. Oh, well, yes. I can say that I've bred guppies. I have more guppies than I know what to do with too. And like my wife says, just put them in with the other fish and let them get chewed up. But I'm like, yeah, it's like you don't even know. It's not, I don't roll that way. I can't raise something up and then kill it. But I have I have a 40-gallon tub of guppies that I literally don't know what to do with other than just feed them until the end of time because they just keep replenishing themselves. I would still love to get some Petricola from you. Yeah, we can make that happen. I don't really want to ship, but maybe the next Quad City. Are you going to? Oh my God, my brain is just freaking mush. What is it? The Clash? Are you going to the Clash? I can bring some there. I'm already bringing fish, so I could do that way too. Of course, then you have to bring them back. Might be easier just to meet somewhere. Maybe when I go down to see my daughter the next time, I can bring some and we can hook up. No, we live at the tip. We live at the tip of the lower peninsula of Michigan. Oh, okay. Hold, please. I went out and got a fancy iced coffee this morning. Good for you, buddy. I called up a hand and asked what part of Michigan they live in.
The spinners arrived.
I have no idea. I put him in that one. When you live in Texas, summer is not the beacon it is in the cooler parts of the world. That's because you chose to live on the surface of the sun come summertime there, isn't it? RJ says our electric blue Akara stole my new tank, so we have like 8 new tanks now. Yeah, doing good. Mary says that was to Mickham. I was brought up and learned to always party on a Friday night, no matter what season of the year. Me too. If I go out, it's usually Friday and Saturday. I don't usually do it during the week. It's too hard on my body, even when I was young. Only us working and having old parents is still in the city of Stockholm. Only us working and having old parents is still in the city of Stockholm. Everyone gone to their vacation houses and partying all weekend. Yeah, that's an easy fix. Back your truck in and pull forward at night. Well, I back in at night so I can just pull forward in the morning and then nobody is getting woke up. But at night in the winter, like if I get home at 5, it is already pitch black out. Not now. There's still like 4 hours of daylight when I get home now, but come winter time, sun goes down early. 98 in Minnesota today, 100 tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but it's supposed to be sweaty hot today. I was going to say something else, but I chose not to. I didn't choose to live here. My German and Irish immigrant relatives did because apparently they didn't experience enough pain and suffering in their homelands. I can't party, damn liver. I go to car shows with my non-daily driver. Prodigal Aquarist, how we doing? Don, right? Yep, there it is right there, just as I say, inquire. And Joe. Which one is Joe? Well, then you need to change the work week, Monday, Thursday, 10-hour days. That's what I do. That is exactly my work schedule. I do 10-hour days, Monday to Thursday, and then I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. That's why I used to stream on Friday, but then I was uh, looking to make more money, so I took a part-time job splitting wood on Friday, and that lasted all of like 2 weeks. and he ran out of wood to split. So, and it's not like I can just decide to go get a regular part-time job. It needs to be flexible because my full-time job can call me in basically anytime. If a storm rolls through, I'm pretty much on call. And that makes life hard on me when I have a part-time job that is expecting me to be there and I can't. So life was harder 200 years ago. Families needed to harvest and saw to have anything. The church was strong back then, but not as much today. I agree. You guys are giving each other a hard time. Elaine says, "Oh, I get winter. I had to back my car into a pallet ramp to get it out, and in the morning, my driveway was that icy. Salt did nothing." Well, I think salt needs what? Sunlight? I think salt needs sunlight to activate, right? So, yeah. Christopher Junkin. Good day, sir. So you want to do a little, let me see if I can do this. Oh, nice. Let me see if I can do this without screwing it up. My boss threatened to fire me Friday if I left early again. $100 a fish delivered or $7 he wants to pay me. Yeah. But is it $7 or is it $60,000 over the course of the year? I've had plenty of people make really poor decisions where they have taken like a tip um, for doing something that they were already being paid for. So they jeopardized their $70,000 a year job for $100. That's not smart. Go for a heated driveway. Yeah, okay. You paying for it? All right, let me try this. I'm gonna put this. First, I'm gonna screw it up right off the bat. Yep, sure did. Oh, please. StreamYard. StreamYard. Enter Studio. Wait for the internet. Enter Studio. How about now? That doesn't seem too bad. And then I go to cam. Nope. Nope. More settings, camera. Facing back. Hey, there you are. Oh, yeah. Got too close. Sorry. Ooh, what's going on? So let's see if I can do this. We'll turn this on. This is my 35. As you can see, I have been neglectful. But these are the Lake Tank fish that are too small to go into the big tank. And this guy is not looking so good. But the rest of them seem to be doing all right. There's a bunch of Dickfeldi in there. I do need to get the algae off of that, but and somewhere in there is where I put Sir Jumps a lot, and I don't see him, so he probably didn't make it. And then through here, it's our guest bedroom slash. I didn't know what to do with this guy, so I put him in here. This is my potentially. See, he can definitely know I'm in here, but when I feed him, he gets all wonky. Oh, he's not doing it now. He's making me a liar. Yeah, he's doing fine now. So I'm a complete liar. And then that's where the biker are too. They're just kind of chilling. This tank though is scaring me. I do need to go probably get another 55 while I'm at the dollar or the not dollar. I do this without do this. It is breaking. It's all pulling away right there. I don't think that brace is long for this world. This was my brilliant idea. This was my brilliant idea. Where I was going to put. I buy RO water for this tank so that it doesn't have to deal with the whip water. That's not enough space. So what I wanted to do instead of pouring it in is use my. Wonder what I did with it. Anyway, it's a small siphon, and I just kind of put it in the top of the 5 gallon and let it go in slow. But it wouldn't fit up there. This is the tank I was telling you about that leaks. It leaks right down here in this corner. So I got to pull all the caulk out of there and re-caulk it. And that just is not a project I'm looking forward to. This light doesn't go on till after 5. That is the pipe. And you can kind of see he's definitely bent. But hopefully someday I can get him into a smaller tank, get him doctored. This is the arowana. And he doesn't look terrible from the side. But if you come up on the top, let's see if I can do this without completely freaking him out. Can you see the kink in him? Yeah, he's definitely a kink. This is the Lake Tanganyika tank. I don't know where number 4 goes. I thought maybe he got 8, but he was there this morning. Not 8. Just hiding. I think that might be a female. It's a red They're not that red anymore, but that's a red Burundi frontosa. That is a Black Widow, and that's definitely a male red Burundi. He's got the forehead for it. Up there he is. There's the fourth guy. He's off here by himself. That's the Catalyst. He's a very pretty fish. Then I got 3 lemons in here. And then there's some of the Acinodonus. What's the slightly bigger one? Not the Petricola, but the next one up. I got 2 of those guys in here. And then here are the rainbows that came in yesterday. All 7 are doing fine. I'll try to get over here. There's my red hair. Another tank I need to de-algae. Sides are looking a little gross. I always said I hate putting tanks on the ground because I'm too big and too old to be climbing around down here. Plus, they don't drain well. You know, when you're doing water changes and whatnot. This is the tank that people freak out about when they come over. I don't know if they'll all come back out, but you can see they just kind of boil out of there. This is the Petricola tank. They were in here for quarantine, and they never made it out because while they were in quarantine, they spawned one of them. And the next thing I knew, I had a billion babies in there. And I don't know if you see it, but there's a Dickfeldi right in the middle, like right just below the entry of the cave there in the middle. And I had the Dickfeldi that you saw in the 35 in here first, and I pulled the 8 of them or whatever it was out, and put the Petricola in, and then I noticed the babies, and I'm like, wait a minute, that baby doesn't look like those big. So apparently they had spawned a little bit too. Yeah, this one garners a lot of attention when people come over. They're like, "What is going on in there?" And then if you feed them, I mean, it's just a storm of little baby Petricola. Oh! And then my last tank is this one here. This is my Meneguense. He is a monster. He's about 15 inches. And this is the only way I can grow plants. I put some pothos in the hang on the backs. I got that going on there and that going on there. This one's not doing as well. And the plan is to do that with all of them, but I just haven't got around to it because I'm lazy. All right, I'm going to put this down. Turn this back on. Hold, please. There. Can you hear me? Hear me? Apparently, I'm still on this too. There. So that was it. That was the tour. I don't know if that went through as well as I hope it did, or if it was a train wreck. But we scrolled back. Red Terror was my nickname in college. Snoochie Booch, what's going on? Lost my discus recently. Would have been 2 years, September. That was a hard one to swallow. Change in water companies messed things up for him. Man, that sucks. Hey, Jody P. Did you see your? Did you see what? You probably didn't see much of them because they're hiding. That was a bad decision on my part. I put plants and wood and stuff in there, and that wasn't so great as far as being able to keep my eye on things going on in there. Man, I have to scroll a lot. You guys were doing some serious talking. It's Midsummer. I read that. It's the Monday through Thursday. There's the Oh, I Get Winter. Winter summer weather here in Montana, colder than usual today and tomorrow. You guys ever get snow in June? Nope. Never happened for us, as far as I know. We're too far, not that we're south, but that's never happened. It's easier to don't give a damn about your boss if you already have enough money. Yeah, right. I thought that I was going to work all weekend and hire Grubhub so I wouldn't leave work until I got caught up. Whipception. Whipception. I finally went to Ohio and got stock car dirt racing tires. They weren't much good in snow, but great on ice. Fisherman tour. So you kind of see what I got going on. The plan is to do Asian species over there once I get that tank fixed. South American, Central American, small South American. That is going to be a species only tank, I think. But probably North American. I'm still on the fence as to whether I want to do like rainbow shiners, because man, I really love rainbow shiners, or if I just want to get a couple bluegill, or red ear sliders, or no, that's a turtle. But anyway, sunfish. Man, I just keep going back and forth, back and forth. African tank, and then this guy over here will eventually turn into a probably for the red terror. It's a 40 now. They make a 65 high, which should be enough. We'll see. It's 18 inches. It's the same footprint. It's 18 by 3 feet, but it's 25 inches tall. So it's tall as this tank next to it. And as far as bioload goes, it's definitely big enough for for its bioload, but it may not be enough room for it to be swimming around. But again, like Jeremy and I were talking about last night, we know that Central and South, even though people like to lump them together, they're not the same fish. They don't come from the same waters or anything. Central Americans kind of hunker down. They find a spot and they hunker down and they're willing to fight hard for that spot. Um, Whereas South Americans are a little bit have life a little bit easier with the flooding and all that stuff that happens. Uh, so if they're not too active, I think that would be enough. I wouldn't put an Oscar in there, but uh, I think the red chair would be all right. We'll see. I mean, if I have to, I can always scooch everything down and put a 4-foot tank in there. That was to Mickham. Sorry. This is where I need my co-host to fill the gap. There's Jody coming in. Hi, Jody. Jody. Perhaps add a small bristle nose to that first. Yeah, but I'd see that would screw up my plan because I mean, obviously, bristle nose don't come from Africa. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. To get the what is that stuff called? Starts with a D. The algae, but it's not really algae. The brown algae. Um, I did have when it was a little Asian tank. I had little cherry barbs, and I put a what's Jody love the Hillstream Loach. I had one in there, just a regular one. You know, the one that it was super popular 4 or 5 years ago. But something blew that tank up. And I lost everything in there. And that was back when it was only 14 gallons. I upgraded to a 35. Same style, it's rimless and all that, but I went bigger. We have an echo. Yes, you did. No, but it's like a little alcove. Like I don't for whatever reason, whoever built that room, it was there when we moved in. Uh, there's like it's like perfect for a 4-foot tank. I mean, it just slides right in there. And then what I didn't show you, and I don't really want to go through the hassle of getting back on, but I walked past it. There's a room just over here. It's a small room. It's only like 5 foot by maybe 7 or 8 feet. Um, I want to move all the quarantine slash hospital tanks slash grow out tanks into there. Currently, it's a room that looks like a lot of fish keepers rooms that have where they keep all their stuff that they might use someday. Don't want to throw it out. There's crap in there that I forgot that I had, but I still struggle with getting rid of it. I might need it someday. Is that a black arrow? Yep, that's exactly what that was. That little bent black arrow on him. Got him when he was smaller than my pinky. He was literally smaller than that. I can't do it, but yeah, basically that's. I've threatened the idea. I read that already. I agree. I like them. I can't say it. That's why I call them a lemon, but I like them. You got it. Feste. I don't remember what that was referring to there, Xanadude. Sorry. Yeah, there's too many of them in there. I got to get rid of some of those, or they're going to probably end up crashing it because there's just so many. It's a 29-gallon, but and those fish aren't big, but they are numerous. When I feed it, it is a storm. As a tornado came close to us a few weeks ago, I figured that the amount of gallons of water would keep our house down. I've done the math and I always forget, but I think it's like 12 to 1,500 gallons I have down here. I know that's nothing compared to some of y'all. Like June probably has that in just 3 tanks. How large do Petricola get? Well, I don't know if you saw them, but there was 4 adults in there, and that they are maxed out. So if I was to guess, I don't know, a foot in man inches, but in real inches, probably maybe 3.5 inches. Panagwenze, king of the basement. Yep, he is now. I had an Oscar that was even bigger than him. That Oscar was every bit 15 inches and much taller. You know, they get much taller body. But something got him. I was on vacation, and the guy that was watching him said he was fine yesterday, and today he looks like he's been dead for 3 weeks. What the hell? Little echo, but we hear you. I was probably too close to the mic. There's Mel. How you doing, Mel? So that is my predicament, and that's where I'm going to probably be struggling here for the next little bit. I don't know what's going on with that 210. It just seems to be there's something in the water or something. I don't know, something. Oh my God, us Americans are still segregated our tanks, and and it's getting hard to tell the difference between males and females. We're not going to go there. Whip the Petricola tank. Those the babies getting big. Yeah, they are. They're probably an inch and a quarter now. Probably closer to an inch. Don't get me wrong. I have 2 AKC German Shepherds, and I keep them line specific. Yep. Diatom. Thank you, Zenny. Oh, and Ben. Oh, and Cat House. Cat House. That's dermatitis. That's that ain't it. How are those seahorses coming, Zenny? There he is. Mickham says diatom. Yep. Yeah, I could not come up with that to save my life there, as you know. Yeah, me too. Snooch, why? I have canister boxes in there that just taking up space. Why am I holding out to that? I might need it someday. Maybe I'll sell it one day. Yeah, and then you have the box. Blanket, hello again. Jose. Drive careful, dude. Could not get a good look at them. Do you ship whip? No, I do not ship. At least not yet. I was in negotiations, not negotiations. That sounds wrong. I did talk to Foxanne on how to do it, but I don't have the stuff they have. Like they seal their bags. I don't know if you guys saw that in unboxing, but I mean they use like Jody P does too. Um, they seal the bag, they double bag it, and then they. I don't know where you get all this stuff. Like I know where to get a box, but where do you get the insulation and all that stuff? I don't know. I hope you're wrong, but I can't swear that it won't be accurate. Yeah, well, if especially if you're like upstairs or something, are you on the main floor or are you in the basement? Because if you're in the basement, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, you did, and I still got them. Eventually, I'll get them out. I just have to figure out how to do it. Almost stopped has to be one of the sections of highway in the county. Almost stopped has to be one of the sections of highway in the county 95 south, heading to George Washington Bridge toward New Jersey. The good old Cross Bronx Expressway. You might as well be talking another language. I don't know what any of that is. I feel like Scotty all of a sudden. I don't know what that is. Zen, you already know more about seahorses than people that own them. Hey, Jeff. She shared a pic of her new second Belgian Malinois. Oh, those are nice doggies. There he is. Why you passed by my comment? Son of a gun. I don't know. Did I see your comment? Dr. Anthony, that's what I need you up here for. Although I did forget to send you, I didn't send anybody an invite, to be honest with you. Clearly, because I'm up here by myself. Just Jeremy. I did send one to Jeremy, but I had taken up so much of it. I still don't see your comment. How far up here did you go? I need the guy that reads the comments to me. Nope. I think you're pulling my leg. Let me see something real quick here. Let me just see one thing real quick. Dr. Anthony, if you got nothing going on, I just put the link. Oh, you said a semi-bad. I don't even see that one I clicked on was the first one I saw. Maybe Google or YouTube deleted it. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Shipping, we have good experience so far, but of my dues, one of my does decided to chew on, oh, dogs. I bet you that's dogs. Chew on the cardboard. Whip, you probably got bubble wrap or insulation in some of them boxes. You can, oh yeah, I haven't thrown it away. I could actually use the entire box, but I still need that little machine that, hey, hey,
Hola, ¿cómo está?
hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, I've been struggling here with trying to keep up with chat and talk at the same time. You know, I'm sucking at reading chat.
No biggie. That's I understand.
And I don't actually see it. If you were to scroll up, maybe I don't know if you're on your phone, you wouldn't be able to do it. But
Yeah, I can't see it anyway. So yeah, I said I typed a kind of a dirty word in Spanish.
I think the Google mods
Yeah,
might have got you.
I think googly got me.
Oh, there, Zenny just explained it. So if the comment got pulled, you'll never see it because it would have been yanked by Google and never posted.
I guess I should keep on the straight and narrow.
I demand a higher a higher bar for my people. Too big and too old. I'm 2 Ricos and a half behind. Geez, I'm not that far behind. Oh, in fact, I'm at the bottom. With test in multitasking. Can you rub your tummy and circle? Hey, look who else is here.
Oh no, it's the hillbilly.
They're pouring in like maple syrup with the last 20 minutes of my show.
Well, I just got home.
Well, we just got over ¿cuánto pes, Carlos?
Okay.
About 3,000 fish in today from an illegal shipment.
Oh,
We spent 4 or 5 hours unpacking all these fish. And there were some pretty high dollar fish that were intended for Shanghai, China.
oh. Hey, Kelly Kev. So are they all the same fish or are they just all kinds of?
A bunch of different types of catfish. Big catfish, little catfish, but all different types of catfish. 400 green brocas cats. I mean, you name it, we got it.
It's crazy.
Yep.
And that was just fish that somebody was trying to sneak out of the country, or just they didn't know?
They here you can if you don't have a facility yourself, you can rent a facility for $300. But they have to be inspected at that export facility. Well, this person brought all the fish to their house to be inspected, and they were told, nope, you can't do that. It's illegal. So they just confiscated all their fish.
Oh, so they tried to do it the right way, but they.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. And so
that's gonna sting a little bit.
Carlos got a phone call from the exporter this morning at 4 o'clock, and the exporter told Carlos, don't accept the fish, just let them all die. And Carlos said, I'm not going to let them die. This,
what's wrong with you?
We're a receiving center. We can't let them die.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's a name I haven't seen for a while, Snoochie Booch. He's doing good.
Yeah.
That's crazy that they were going. Well, see, that's another thing. Like up here, like if you rescue something from somebody, that if it's illegal and you turn it in, they're just going to kill it.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like, what the heck?
And a lot of places, when you see a recent roadkill deer, they'll just throw it away. Some places will
Well-
give it to a homeless shelter or whatever, but a lot of places just dump it.
Not up in these parts.
It depends on how it gets hit and where it gets hit and how long ago it got hit. I tried. I call the police right
Yeah.
away when I hit them. I hit like 3 right in a row, bing, bing, boom, and over a course of a very short period of time. And hey, Bootsy, one of them they took, and the other one they said it was just too busted up. They were afraid that some of the badness that leaches into their bodies got into the meat. And one was just a baby that actually the police had to shoot. Still had spots and everything. It was very, very sad. There's Dr. Ted. And Eduardo. One
Who?
of Zoo's here, Eduardo.
Oh,
Master of-
Eduardo. Okay.
Yep.
I thought you said weirdo because you broke up in the middle of it, so I didn't know what you said.
I don't even have to type it all out anymore. I've typed it so many times that it just automatically does it. It's like Eduardo. One of the zoos in
Sussex
Sussex
County.
County,
Sussex County.
pick up all the roadkill. Yeah, they do that mostly here too. It just depends on how badly beat up the deer is. Because sometimes they get trapped underneath and
Well, the zoos, it doesn't matter. They're just going to feed it to the animals anyways.
Yep.
I didn't kill him.
We'll kill Bambi.
I just witnessed him dying.
Ok, Crespito. Crespito, una consulta. ¿Te acuerdas de Fondepes?
Uh-oh, somebody's got their volume on.
Well, Carlos, I'm in the office, so Carlos is talking.
Oh,
Say he's. Carlos, dile hola.
¿Qué?
Hola.
Hi.
hey,
No. ¿Qué?
Es YouTube. You on YouTube ahora.
¿Sí?
Sí.
you just went out to 40s of people, tens of people.
Tens of people. I know. He's famous now.
So what's going on? I saw Skip had a pretty busy week. What have you been up to,
Tenía una hijita, una gatita, una gatita así.
Dr. Anthony? How's you? I know you've been in the old Peru for a while, but
Mi amigo está enamorado.
Yeah, we have our volunteers coming. We had 2 on 2 days ago, and one's coming in this afternoon. So that means my wife's going to make me work. She got here. She got here with 2 of the volunteers since they're underage.
what? Any word from back home on how your fish room's coming?
It's still not much has happened
Is that because you're not there, or just because?
because the contractor works slow. And they're, always finding something wrong that has to get re-inspected on the house that, was done before we got it. So not good.
I'm not sure what Eduardo's talking about there, but I'm sure he meant the fish.
He did. He just being Eddie. It's July 19th, the 3rd Saturday. because I have plans for the second Saturday. So that's what it is.
I can't hit a deer with a bullet going 1,350 feet.
Per second.
But a truck going 55 is easy. Oh, that's speed. Oh, bye.
Starlink. So old Eddie's going to be up in PA.
Fishy auction.
I was going to fix a mower today, but it's so stinking hot out right now. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
So-
I haven't even gone outside. I have to move it. I had for a long time, I had a couch, a love seat, you know, with the recliner seats in it. It had just gone to shit. I mean, down here, I tried to clean it, you know, and with product, and the product was not meant for, it was meant for real leather, not pleather or whatever it was this thing was made out of, and it just destroyed the entire thing. So I had it on my deck for the last, I don't know, year, maybe even longer, because I can't use my deck. Deck is falling apart too, so it just sat out there. And now that they're coming to fix the deck, I had to get it off, and I put it out by the road, thinking I'd swing the truck around and toss it in there and take it somewhere, but still need to do that.
Yeah, it's
Man, yeah.
just, it's like 90 degrees here. So.
Well, I'm not using my phone anymore, so I can tell you what it is here. It's probably not too far off than that. 92.
Yeah, it's and we got a heat index. Yeah, Doc Anthony just said he lost internet. We're supposed to have a heat index starting tomorrow morning.
Like taking in the humidity and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
because
feels like
we just got done having a bunch of rain. Yeah, it's 92 here too. But next starting tomorrow, it's going to be pretty bad.
Mickham, I probably could, but they don't see. The problem is there's no auctions or swaps going on right now. It's the middle of the summer. They kind of shut down over the summer, and then they pick back up again in the fall and go through into the spring. But then they take a break, let people have a chance to do their thing during the warm months when they're vacationing and all that.
That's going to be
My
miserable.
fish club is going kayaking.
That's going to be miserable. Have fun with that.
Yeah, right.
That's Richard's up in Illinois right now. I talked to him last night, and yeah, it's just
Richard Reynolds.
Yeah,
What's he doing in Illinois?
visiting his family. That's where he's from.
Really? I wonder where. Maybe it's down south. It's a pretty big state.
I couldn't tell you.
Out of the 10 hours it takes me to get to Tennessee, 6 of them are spent just trying to exit this freaking state. Yeah, it's going to be brutal the next few days, 99 degrees and 85% humidity. Yep. And Big Steve, you're out by Skip, right? You're out that direction.
He's south, but yeah, he's not far. Yeah, I agree. I'll burn up like a crisp, dude. Oh no, nothing's wrong. He's just up there visiting. You know, kind of like what you're doing. You know, other people do that.
It's allowed.
I mean, I forgot. He probably should have checked in with Eduardo first. Yeah, his brother. Yep. But he has other family that lives up there. I think that's where he grew up.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him next time I see him that where in Illinois.
This camera's driving me nuts.
Too hot to count money. What's
No, it's
driving
not.
you nuts?
This camera, it's too far away now.
But you're framed pretty good. You just
I
can't.
don't
What?
like-
You can't see the.
It needs to be closer. I had it fixed and then I don't know what the hell I did.
In reality, I am visiting my baby sis and her grandson. Oh,
There
there you
it
go.
is. It was because I was in 720. That's better. I like that better. Yes. That's butter.
Latoya's here? It's a joke. It's a joke. She's not here. You said butter.
Oh,
Yeah, so I mean, I've already gone through my tale of woe. You had a very busy couple days there. It looked like
whoa.
based on those pictures.
Yeah, I'm trying to get stuff done. Matter of fact, I may set that 20-gallon pond up tonight. And I'm going to catch some guppies out of this one tank and throw them in there in a few days. Now I'm looking at it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Hopefully they'll be fine out there because it's 3 females and a male. I got to fatten them up a little bit before I send them out.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. I got the guppies I got from Jody. I'm gonna leave them in that 20-gallon for a little bit. Get them a little bit bigger. I mean, I'm sure they'd be fine, but I don't want to risk it. But the lily that Dr. Ted sent me is doing good.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't either. But then I seldom know what he's talking about.
Are you doing anything next week fish wise, or maybe I can rent your corner for a hookup? Yeah, you can come. You can come work my corner. Ain't gonna make because
I'll trade my house in Kansas City for a house in Alaska and Arizona.
you go up in Alaska when it's hot as hell in Arizona. Then when it's cold up there, you go to Arizona.
Way to do it. For Arizona, I can't speak to myself because I don't know that I've ever even been in that state. But I know people who have gone being told that they need to go there to get out of the humidity up here. And then they get down there and there's something going on where it gives them migraine headaches. I don't know what it is down there that the barometric pressure or something. I'm not sure what it is, but it doesn't work out well for them.
Yeah, I know it's better for some people too, health wise too.
Yeah.
Out that way. Next, he says he comes in Thursday. No, nothing out that way. It's the end of the month, so.
What are you talking about? What are you reading that I didn't see?
I was adding on to that question. It stems from his previous questions. 26th through 29th, nothing that I know of. Wait a minute. 26th 26. No, I believe Bucks County already had their meeting.
Yeah, they just had it because Susie was
Yeah.
talking about it.
It was Tuesday the 17th, I believe.
I don't know the date, but I know Susie was talking about it. I stayed in Cottonwood, Arizona for a bit, and it was scorching during the day, and we built little snowmen in the driveway at night. The temp changes are a lot on the system for some people.
Yeah, it could be.
Like one of my, for lack of a better word, classmates, he moved down there, but he's like right, he's not in the mountains, but he's like adjacent to them. So he has a full, kind of like that. He's got the full range of blistering hot, but all he has to do is drive like an hour, and he's up in the mountains where it's considerably cooler.
Oh, I'm going for my passport on Thursday. That's what I got coming up. That's it.
I think that's just a picture, right? That's all you need to do.
No, you got to fill out paperwork
Oh yeah, paperwork and a picture.
for all.
I did that a couple of years ago. I re-upped it.
Well, we're going to Greece next year.
Nice.
And all
I went to
exclusive.
Canada.
Well, and that's another reason why we want to get it. So if we want to take the kids to Niagara Falls on the nice looking side, we need our passports.
Yep. We went to a brewery. I know. That's shocking, I know. Cheryl, watching the barometric pressure to do water changes, but I have to watch temperature for paint to dry. The skipper will be in the pool.
Yeah, thanks for the complex. I appreciate it.
There's words I don't get. Greece is beautiful.
I
Whatever that
think
is.
we may be going there. That name, I kind of recognize it.
Tuesday, I'm going to take my driving test to get my license back after letting it expire during the pandemic. Wish me luck. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, if you have, I hope you've been at least practicing. I'll just remember. Swiffle, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, what's
Man,
up,
I
Dennis?
wanted a sandwich so bad today when I was in with Jesse, and nobody would make me one. Parallel park, what's that? Yeah, my wife isn't great at it either. We have to park in the city every now and again, and we actually had to switch drivers out to get the car in there the last time. But normally she's pretty good at it. She just sometimes she can't get right up against the curb, and she don't like to stick out because she's afraid that we're going to get clipped, which we probably would, because it is the worst city in the state of Illinois.
What, Chicago?
Yeah, no, Rockford. Rockford is way worse than Chicago as far as I'm concerned. Probably because I don't go to. Yeah, I mean it's ranked higher in the most violent cities per capita. It's people don't care. They run you down if you're crossing in a crosswalk. They're like, "Well, you shouldn't have been there."
Larry D.
Larry D. All right. Well, it's 4:00, and I'm going to pull the plug because I know. Well, I assume that the moneyless maven, Miss Shirley, is starting her stream up now. So I don't want to step on her toes. But hello, Larry D. Good to see you. You'll be fine.
She's saying she's learning it because getting them back because of the Flash. It's cool. So she's turning into an adult again.
Wow. Don't get crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to get too crazy with adulting.
Oh, well, Swiffle, I've been on for 2 hours, dude. 2 hours and 48 seconds to be on. And somebody must have just got on because my numbers just went from 42 to 30. So something happened. Or they just got tired of my dumbass. But yeah, so I appreciate you jumping up there, Skip. It was cool. Dr. Anthony, if you're still within hearing distance, I appreciate you jumping up. Andy Carson, hello, hello, and goodbye, goodbye. We will talk to you all next week, maybe on Thursday. I don't know if you heard, but Ed has pushed his show back so that he starts when Primetime Aquatics ends instead of during his show. He's hoping to get his numbers back up a little bit. We'll see if that works or not. If it doesn't, he probably will just switch days. But I'll go after him if I'm not working or if I'm not sleepy. Otherwise, Skip will be on. We will talk to you all then. Hey, welcome in. I'm Whip.